Hey everybody, it's Amy Taylor with Lulu Bean Designs, and I'm just getting all set up for you guys this afternoon. I am trying something new, and I'm actually going live in 2 different places, so we will see if this works or not. Let's see, that's my regular page. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because this group, if you are watching from the group that I just started today, which is the Glowforge free sign files group, since it's a brand new group and there's not many people in it, I'm going live from there, but I'm also going live from my regular page. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on comments from both places, but if you want this free file, you have to be in the group, and it's a free group, but there's no membership fee or anything. So if you're watching just from like my regular page, you don't have to do it right now, but like when you're done watching, go over and look at, like, on a desktop, it's to the right, and it'll say like groups by this page, and you'll see the Glowforge free sign files group. And that's where the link to join will be. And if you just request to join, I'll let you in, and then you'll have access to the free file to make this project. I started that group today because I've been making a lot of files. I've kind of changed up my business model a little bit over the past couple of months, just with everything that's been going on. I've just been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of just, you know, changing up what I like to do as far as the crafting world goes, and I have fallen in love with my laser. I love making files, so if you have a file that you're thinking of that you really want made, then please just shoot me a message and ask me, and I will work on it for you. If you're coming in, please say hi and tell me what's going on with you today, and let's get started. Okay, so I've got my pieces all cut out. We're going to make something really cute today. This is the, and I'm trying to stay in both camera views, so hold on and let's see if I move it here. Sorry, I try not to make y'all dizzy. Okay, and if you have any questions, just let me know. This round is just a piece that I stained the dark walnut that I really love. That's my favorite stain. So this is a piece of maple. Have I professed my love of maple to you guys yet? I love 1/4-inch maple wood. It is my new favorite wood to use for anything that I make in my laser, because I basically just cut wood in my laser. So I was buying 1/4-inch birch, and then I couldn't get Home Depot to help me. They just had nobody cutting. They said they would have the wood ready for me. They didn't have the wood ready for me. And so I ventured over to Lowe's, and Lowe's had maple, and the maple is just, I don't know, it says it's 1/4-inch, but I swear it's thicker than the birch, and it just feels smoother and nicer and sturdier, and I just can't say enough good about it. If you make door hangers and you really want nice wood, this is great. This 1/4-inch maple from Lowe's, it is amazing, and it makes it just feel like it's, you know, just nicer quality. So that's what I'm using today for all my pieces. And as you can see, I've got my pieces cut out, and the reason why I have painter's tape on them is because I generally, like, when the pieces are cut out in the bed of the laser, to get them out all in one piece, it's just easier to reach down in and just put some painter's tape over top, and then you can just pull everything out at once, and it doesn't all fall apart, and you can keep all your pieces together. Okay, so here's our little camper, and then the words, you can't really see the words right now because they're all taped up, but it's going to say up at the top, it's going to say Happy Glamper, and then we're going to do a camper down below, and the camper's got some floral pieces to it. And so the floral, I've got this all cut out. This is the back of it. So this floral piece basically fits down in here like this. This is the base, and then the raised pieces are going to go on top of that. So that is that. So we're going to go ahead and just start painting our pieces, I'm going to get rid of the wood round because we don't need that piece for right now. And I've got some different colors picked out. I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna do a mint green for the camper. And the colors that I'm using are all Deco Art. I generally use the Deco Art Americana paint. Sorry, I'm trying to show it to both screens. So the Americana is my favorite, but they did not have any mint green in that line of paint. So this is the other Deco Art, like satin finish. So it'll be fine. Because when I get done, I'm gonna spray the sign anyway with like a gloss spray. All right, so if you guys are coming on, tell me hi, talk to me, ask me questions. Let me know you're here. I see some people watching, but I haven't seen any comments come through yet. Let me scroll down so I can see, make sure I see your comments. So our camper, I'm going to go ahead and take it apart. So we've just got, you know, the other pieces to paint over here. I'm going to go ahead and paint the camper the mint green color. Are you guys doing anything fun today? Is it nice weather where you are? It's very pretty outside here today. Got a nice sunny day. I'm in Virginia and it rained all day yesterday, so. And I don't paint the edges. I like the look of the finished edges, so I'm just kind of painting towards the edge. Trying not to get paint on the edges if I can help it. Sometimes if I have a big piece like this camper, I'll paint large pieces with a sponge just to get the paint on there more quickly. But for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and do a paintbrush. And when I put the second coat on here, this will be more of a vibrant color. This is actually not very thick. I love the Deco Art Americana, but this one is, like I said, it's their satin finish. And it's not as thick because I can get away, sometimes I can get away with one coat on the matte brand, the matte line. If you've joined the group, let me know what kind of machine you guys have. Do you have a laser or a Glowforge machine? And let me know how you plan on cutting these pieces out. Hey Trina, how are you doing? Are you painting anything fun today? And if you get anything on the edges, you can always just touch them up at the end with a black Sharpie or a baby wipe. Well, you want to use a baby wipe as you go while it's still wet. But at the end, you can just touch it up with a black Sharpie. You just don't want to get it caked on there. Somebody yesterday asked me for a camper design, so I came up with this. I had the little piece right here. I don't know if y'all saw that little piece just popped off of there. I don't think I'm going to need it because this is going to be just the base where the flowers go. I'll have to see if I need it. If I do, you can, the glue that I use to glue the attachments on, you can always just stick a little bit of that on there and glue it back on. It's no big deal. Sometimes it happens if it's a really thin little piece. And if not, you can just recut it. You've had a cleaning day today, Trina. I love your new craft room. It's so pretty. And how you have all your paint stored. I need something better to store my paint, for sure. I feel like it's always all over the place. Okay, that's just the first coat of mint. I don't know if I'm going to need that little piece or not. I'll just paint it in case I do, but I don't think I will. I don't know if I'm staying, sorry, I'm trying to stay in two different cameras. All right, so that part is done. Where is my water? Here it is. How are you guys spending your quarantine day today? Are you cleaning? Are you crafting? Let me know what's going on. All right, what colors should we paint the little door and the little inside of the door? So let's see, if I put it on here, I guess the inside of the door, maybe I'll just, I guess I could just paint that mint green. I was gonna just do all of these white. Y'all comment and tell me what you think. Should I paint these white, black? Should I paint them a color? The wheel, I'm gonna go ahead and do black with a white middle. And I'm just using some, this is just Waverly Black chalk paint. It's the best black chalk paint, or the best black paint. It's nice and thick. I'm just gonna dip straight in the jar for this one. Y'all comment and let me know if you can't see what I'm doing, if I'm off screen, because I'm trying to stay on both screens. White or black? Amy says white or black. I have it all in my head, and then I get on here to do a live and I kind of forget what my plan is. So that black, you usually just have to do a just one coat for the chalk paint. All right, I think we'll do a black door. Or should we do a hot pink door? That would be super cute. I think we should do a hot pink door, honestly. I like color. If you're in the Glowforge free file group and you want to invite someone to the group, you can. If you know anybody who has a laser, Kay says a pink door would be cute. I think so too. I think I'm gonna do a pink door. Yeah, if you know anyone else who has a laser, a Glowforge machine, invite them to join. So what we're gonna do in the Glowforge file group is I'm going to give you a free file every month, and I'll go live in the group and just show you how to paint it. I just thought it would be a fun little group to get together, and then you guys can post pictures, you can share tips for your laser sign projects. You can also use paint pens to paint some of these smaller pieces if you want to. I'm probably going to use some paint pens on some of the lettering. And then if anybody wants the wood blanks, those are in my shop also. So I can cut them out for you and ship you the kit. So just comment kit if you want that, and I can send you the link. And I think I'm gonna do this in the middle black, this little window. And then maybe I'll just keep that black just to kind of keep it not too many colors. I don't want it to be too busy. We were talking about going strawberry picking tomorrow. Has anybody picked any good strawberries this year yet? I've seen people posting pictures on Facebook, and they look like they're starting to get some ripe ones. So I think we might go do that tomorrow. Has anybody gotten to venture out to the craft store recently? And now that some of them are back open again, I did have to go the other day and get paint because it was just getting to be where I had, you know, I was running out of all kinds of colors. So I went, and they're only letting like, I think 10 people in at a time. And then, you know, of course, everybody's wearing a mask. But you are able to get in and get your stuff. I just kind of got in there real quick and got my stuff and got back out. So if you're watching this from my regular page and you want to be in the free files group and get the free laser file every month, you can cut it out with your Cricut or Silhouette machine too. But if you want to get the free laser file every month and be in the group, just comment group and I'll send you the link. All right, so this piece, I don't really need to, I think I need to paint this piece because this is my little base. It's going to go in there like that. And then, so I really just need to paint the pieces that are going to go on top of it. All right, so I'm going to leave that blank for now. And we'll go ahead and start on the flowers. I'm going to do a second coat on that camper here in a few minutes. Okay, so I figured out a trick the other day that I think works pretty well for the flowers. So I've got, this is a Silhouette mat. It's actually it's not a Silhouette brand mat, but it's one of the mats that goes with like a Cricut or Silhouette machine. The brand is Nikapa. But basically I need to have these pieces all kind of stay together and not turn over while I'm painting them. And so this is not super sticky. I've used it a zillion times. So it's just sticky enough that I feel like I can peel this tape off and then pull up the wood. And I'm hoping that the pieces will stay down. because I want the inside pieces to be a different color. All right, they don't have to be in the perfect spot, but I just want them to stay upright so I can put some paint on them. There we go. Perfect. Get that out the way. Stacy, you said you're jealous. You want a laser. Do you have a laser? I mean, not a laser, but well, do you have a Glowforge? Or do you not have either one? I mean, I know a Glowforge is a laser, but I don't know. I call it a Glowforge, like it's something different. But I know it's basically the same thing, just on a smaller scale. I think let's do more pink. Let's do pink on one of the flowers. It's a great investment if you're considering maybe getting a Glowforge, because you can definitely sell the things that you make. I know a lot of people that have been on the fence lately that I've talked to and that have finally gone ahead and gotten one have been selling their pieces very easily and earning some of that money back. It pretty much tends to pay for itself pretty quickly. And of course, it's really fun to play with. Lasering is very addictive, I will say that. Stacy, are you thinking about getting one? I had a Cricut and then a Silhouette for years, and I finally bit the bullet and got a laser a couple months ago, and it's been awesome. There's so much more you can do with it. All right, so what color should we paint this other flower? We've got a mint camper. So what do y'all think? I was thinking about actually doing some navy. I don't know if that would stand out enough if I did navy against the wood though. Do y'all think it would? Let me think. Or maybe like a brighter turquoise. Or we could always go with the sea breeze color. I don't know if sea breeze, this is sea breeze. I don't know if that would stick out enough against the mint. Let's see. Let's do Laguna. That looks really pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna do Laguna. Most of these are brand new because I finally got paint the other day. You said you wish you do have a Cricut and that, yeah, maybe after this is all over. I know what you mean. It feels like we're kind of stuck in limbo right now, doesn't it? But the nice thing is everybody's home, and so people are, some people are getting to do more crafting than they normally are able to do because people are bored, looking for something to do. Erin says you love navy. You think I should do navy? I just don't know if it'll show up against the wood. That's the only thing about the navy. How much is a laser in comparison to a Cricut in price? It depends on what kind of laser you get. You can get there's a lot of different brands out there. You kind of need to research it, because there's different wattages, and there's the ones that have a base that comes with it, and then there's like the desktop ones like the Glowforge. So there's lots of different kinds, but they are much, much more expensive than Cricut, for sure. It's an investment. And y'all please sprinkle the video. If you don't know what sprinkle means, it's S-H-A-R-E. Hit the little S-H-A-R-E button in the lower corner. Facebook doesn't like us to say the word, so we say sprinkle the love, right? Okay, I think we're gonna do some Hauser green. This is Deco Art Hauser green for the leaves. And I'm just doing a really light coat. I could probably use a smaller paintbrush, but for some reason I've just got this one going and didn't grab another one. Or I could do a paint pen. This is probably the perfect thing for a paint pen. If I have a paint pen this color. You guys who are in the group, if you make this project, post a picture in our group so we can see all your different color combos. All right, I'm gonna do a lighter shade of pink for the inside of the pink flower. This, ooh, goodness. This is called Baby Pink. So that's what I'm using for this. Oh, that is not very well mixed. There we go, that's better. I'm gonna need a little teeny tiny brush for this. And that's the good thing about the Cricut mat, because it's the pieces are just stuck on there, so you can just kind of quickly go on and put a coat of paint on them and they don't move. Well, I'll say they don't move. Ideally, they don't move, unless you've used your Cricut mat 50,000 times and it's not very sticky. I don't even know if I have a super sticky one. Probably not. Go stay on there. Much easier when they don't move, right? This is why I always have paint on my hands. You could also do a piece of tape. Sometimes I take a piece of tape and turn it upside down and then like tape the edges down to keep the piece of tape from moving. And you can always spray these pieces. If you're a spray paint person, I am not a fan of spray paint. I would much rather sit with a brush and paint. Don't ask me why. You know what I think I just did? I think I painted the inside pieces for that flower pink. I sure did. That's okay. That'll be pretty. All right, so we'll do the inside of that flower with the light pink. I'll go ahead and just do both of the insides with the light pink. We don't want to get too crazy with our color combos. Shelly Heron, you'd like to know as well, or a cheaper option for individual use. Do y'all mean for a laser? I have to say, when it comes to a laser, cheaper just doesn't mean better. You really can't get a good laser for cheap, unfortunately. It's just not something that you are going to be happy that you did. I do know some people have been able to find, they call them Chinese red and black lasers. Pretty much all lasers are from China. I'm not sure about Glowforge, but most larger lasers are from China. But when they call it a Chinese red and black, basically that is a machine that is meant for people who really already know what they're doing. You can get those much less expensive. I think Amazon has them, but you really get no instruction with them at all. You kind of just really need to know what you're doing already. And if you have an issue, there's not any support. So you need to know how to troubleshoot on your own. And that wasn't anything I was comfortable doing, not having used a laser before. So I did not go that route. I went with a Thunder laser. And the support has been amazing. They're wonderful. The rep is always available to help. I'm just going to put a quick second coat on these pieces. And there's a Facebook group specifically for people who use the Thunder lasers. And every time I've ever needed anything and gotten in there and asked a question, they've been right on top of it. And they've gotten back with me right away and been able to troubleshoot without any issues at all. So I highly recommend Thunder Laser. And they are much cheaper than some of the more expensive brands. I know Epilogue is a really good one, but Epilogue is super duper high end. And I think Boss is another brand that I hear about that is supposed to be good, but I believe Boss are also more expensive. Thunder seemed like the most affordable option as far as a laser goes, that still had good tech support and a good warranty. But if you run a business, then, consider it a business investment. It really is, and it's going to pay off in the long run. All right, I'm going to put just another quick coat on these flowers and then on my camper, and then we're going to do, the lettering is just probably the easiest part. I usually use a white Posca pen. Whoops, I'm dipping in the wrong color pink. And then what you can do when you're done with these pieces, I probably won't do this because I'm on live video, but what I generally do when I'm finished, before I put everything together, is I take a sanding block. I can't remember what the sanding block is. I'm going to have to look, but it's the really fine sanding block, and you can get them on Amazon. And I just do a very light, quick sand on top of these just to make them super smooth. And then once I have everything on the sign, I seal it. And I usually use Rust-Oleum. I can't think of the name of it. It's a Rust-Oleum clear lacquer. Although, I just ordered something different that I'm going to try because Joy, I don't know if you're in here watching, Joy, one of my friends who has a Glowforge, recommended a Zinsser. Zinsser is just a really good brand of primer. And so I've seen a lot of people starting to use it lately. So there's a Zinsser top coat, like a clear varnish. So I ordered a couple cans off Amazon for that. And that's supposed to give your pieces a really nice finish. I prefer matte paint, and then I prefer to put my top coat on at the end rather than painting with like a gloss or a semi-gloss paint. I just feel like you get a better finish that way. Might be another 10 years or so. I know there's a lot of things you can spend your money on in life. If you had asked me back in December if I was going to buy a laser, I would have told you absolutely not. And then things changed, and I really started thinking about it. And I don't know, I decided to do it. That makes all the difference in the world, that second coat of paint. I know it's probably tedious to sit here and watch me do 2 coats of paint on everything, but sometimes I prime under some of these colors too. Usually under pink, for some reason, pink, yellow, and orange are the colors that tend to need primer underneath them. Yellow especially, you have to prime under yellow. Pink does better with a primer under it generally. All right, I don't have to put 2 coats on the black. The black, that chalk paint is really, really awesome. So it doesn't generally need 2 coats of paint. And I'll show you guys what I mean in just a minute about the edges and cleaning them up with a black Sharpie. So I always keep baby wipes handy in case I get paint on the edges that is kind of caked on. I noticed that there's a little bit of paint caked on the inside of this door, so I'm just taking a baby wipe and just wiping it off before it dries on there. You can touch up with a black Sharpie, but you don't want to touch up like, you know, globs of paint. Hey, Deanna, how are you doing? I need to catch up on my Hoonicorn watching. Deanna goes live every Sunday evening, painting door hangers with her daughter, and they are just adorable. I love all your door hangers. They're so cute. Let's see, what are we going to do next, you guys? All right, so those pieces are done. Let me put another coat on my camper here. All right, I got to scoot things over so I can stay in camera for one of these cameras. I am not too impressed with this mint. It just did not go on very thick, so hopefully the second coat will do it. I have a kind of shade of mint in the Americana brand, but it's not the one I wanted. For some reason, mint green must be real popular right now because the Deco Art Americana mint was, the shelf was cleared off at Michael's. I think this is going to need 3 coats, unfortunately. I probably should have primed it. Maybe it's just one of those colors that needs primer. I think we're going to take a bike ride in a little while. That's one of the things we've been doing to stay busy and try to get a little bit of exercise during the quarantine. I know I've gained the quarantine 15. I haven't stepped on the scale to confirm it, but I can tell you that I have. So, I need to do something about that. Been doing way too much baking. Has anybody else been doing a lot of baking? I love to bake anyway, so this was just an added excuse to do it. I'm just grabbing that baby wipe just to get off any clumps on those edges. I think I can maybe real quick just do a 3rd coat on here. I think I might have to let it dry a little bit more, and then I'll go back over it one more time. Just do a light 3rd coat. And we can do our white letters while we're waiting on that. Terry, your first time watching? Well, thank you for watching. Where are you watching from? I haven't gone live in forever on my page, y'all. So it feels really good to get back at it and be doing some videos. You just looked at the price. Somebody, I couldn't read the top of your comment. Somebody said they just looked at the prices on lasers. Yeah, it is shocking, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to do our lettering in white. I think. Y'all know, I don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. Sometimes I just kind of change my mind at the last minute about colors. Okay, that maple is so nice and smooth. Makes all the difference in the world. Okay, I've got a Uniposca white paint pen. Make sure it's nice and juicy. And generally, I just do a couple of thin coats. Usually 2 is all it takes for this white. And if you paint it with the letters still inside of the frame, then you don't get white paint all over your edges. So whenever I'm cutting out a word, I just will make a rectangle around it and cut out the rectangle so that I've got my piece of wood that I can just put a piece of painter's tape on it, pop it out of the honeycomb tray, and just start painting. Much, much easier that way. You're watching from Texas. Is it nice and warm in Texas today? Y'all, I'm sorry, my stomach is growling. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I need to go eat lunch. And then our happy word, paint that white. Then we can put everything together. Too warm for May. Yeah, I am not, I'm not a fan of the humidity. Once it starts to get really hot in the summer here, oh my gosh. I love fall. Fall is my season for sure. Spring is nice, but fall is my jam. I love fall. And this doesn't look like it's showing up very well, but when you go back to put the second coat on, it makes a big difference as well. I'm impatient, so I hate doing multiple coats of paint, but you know, it's just, unfortunately, there's no way around it. Okay, let that dry, and we'll go ahead and do a little bit more of the mint on our camper, and then we'll touch up all of our edges. This mint green is really hard to get a good thick coat on. I'll see that why that was the only mint green left on the shelf. But it was the brightest one. The other one that I have is like a, what is it? Sea glass that I was considering using. And it just doesn't look very bright, but maybe it's different once it's out of the bottle. I wanted to go like for a bright mint green. Okay, so that's going to be it for our camper. I'll let that dry for a minute or two before I'll go back and clean up the edges a little bit. Maybe it would be brighter if you mix the two together. Maybe, Hannah, maybe that would thicken it up a little bit and still keep it bright. I don't know. I think I probably should have just primed it before I put the paint on. I think that would have made a difference too, but next time I will know. Next time I go to pull that color out, I will know to prime it. Okay, so one final coat on our letters. And they'll be nice and bright white. Comment and let me know if you guys have a good mint green color. Deanna, are you still watching? Do you know of a good mint green? Do you use the Americana brand? Who said to mix them together? Hannah. Yeah, I will probably try that next time. I don't know if I can mix satin and matte though. I might not want to do that. Okay, you guys, I think we got all the pieces painted and ready to go. Sometimes those get stuck in there. There we go. All right. Get everything popped out of our frames. You can use those frames again to line everything up, but I just like to pop everything out so I can check my edges. So let's get our round. We can start getting everything in order and laid out on there. Hannah, you like apple barrel? I have some apple barrel paints. It's not as thick as the Deco Art. I feel like I can get a better first coat with the Deco Art. But it's just a personal preference. It's whatever you like. Some of the colors for apple barrel are better than others, I think. Okay, so I've got a Memento black marker, and I'm just going to touch my edges up. So you can see how I've gotten some paint on the edges, and see how the edge is the nice laser cut brown edge. So we're going to take this pen, and I'm going to aim the tip of it in the same direction as the front of the piece. And I'm just going to kind of keep it parallel and run it around just like that. And it just cleans up the edge really nice. This paint is still a little bit wet is the only issue. See how that's making that a better, cleaner edge right there. You can also use a black Sharpie, but I feel like you need a brush tip black Sharpie, because the brush tip just does a better job of cleaning up those edges. This pen is getting a little bit low on ink because I use it all the time. If I have my Sharpie one. I don't know where that Sharpie pen went. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Okay, so this is the same thing, but this is the Sharpie brand, and it's just like a brush tip. So same thing. I'm just going to go all the way around those edges. You don't have to worry about around the flowers because we're not going to see that. And then the insides of these we're not going to see either because we've got the little door and windows and stuff that's going to go in there. So we don't have to touch that up. Okay. Now we can lay everything out on our mat. Make sure we've got it where we want it. Oh, did I paint the inside? Look at that. That's supposed to be white. All right, let me put white on that really quick. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a minute before we put that piece in. Gotta find which side fits in here. I think, is it that one? Nope, it's that one. And then this little piece here. And make sure we have enough room for our leaves. And I had that little piece that broke off, and that actually is supposed to go right in here. I don't know if I need that or not. I think I probably do. So we'll make sure and glue that piece in. All right, there's our little camper and our flowers. And I want to make sure that I have plenty of room for my letters. I'm not going to glue all this down on the board for you guys. I'm going to just show you how I would glue it. because I'm going to go back and clean up the edges on some of my pieces before I glue them down, and that's going to take a little chunk of time, so I won't tie up your time doing that. I like the Happy kind of a little bit over to one side, and then the Glamper a little bit over like to the other side. I think that looks cute. All right, and then we can plug all our little pieces in here, and I'll show you what this looks like when we're all done. The trick is getting your puzzle all back together correctly. And actually, I don't think that piece is in the right spot. So that piece is not in the right spot. I'm going to have to move those. My hands are an absolute mess from painting so much lately. Does that go there? Oh no, that's not the right spot either. There is an easier way to do this, but I moved all my pieces around. If they were still in the same spots when I was painting them, I could have just put this right back over and it would have been fine, but I moved them around. So now we're just going to play Tetris here and try to get all our pieces where they're supposed to go. All right, but you get the general idea of how to put these back together. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see, because what I would do here, if I was going to go ahead and attach these down, like I said, I have to clean up the edges first, but I'm going to move this back so y'all can see here that camera a little bit more. All right, so this is how this is gonna look when I get it all glued down. Super cute, right? And the little white center, we're gonna put the little white center in the tire right there. And then we're gonna put the window, I forgot about the window, in here, like that. And that's our little Happy Camper sign. Super cute, right? Slide that in there. Get in there. It needs another coat of paint on it. It's being stubborn. The puzzle doesn't want to fit together properly. Oh, okay. But you get the general idea. I would glue these down individually, starting with my camper to kind of get everything aligned correctly. And then for big pieces like the camper, you want to use a wood glue, like this Titebond wood glue. So that's what I generally use for real big pieces. And then when you're gluing down like all your little tiny pieces, I generally use this stick fast glue, ultra thick. You can get both of those on Amazon. So it's called Stick Fast CA Thick, okay, from Amazon. And I just put a little tiny bit. You don't want to use too much glue. Little teeny tiny bit of glue on your pieces when you're gluing them down, because you don't want it to ooze out. So this is pretty much what it's going to look like. I've got some final touches to do. I'm probably going to do some accents on there with a black paint pen and just kind of like go around the edges of the camper and do a few little accents, but I'll take a picture and post it in the group and show you guys when it's all done. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And tune back in. Probably have another video for you guys in a few days. If you want to check out the files, I will put the link for everything in the comments so you can find it there. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.